Hi and welcome to this week's Business Finance Bulletin, episode 100. Welcome again to this week's Business Finance Bulletin with me, Rob Warlow from Business Loan Services. And yes, here we are at episode 100. 100 episodes of the Business Finance Bulletin. Wow, who would have thought? Well, I'm going to change the format of this week's episode slightly in that I'm not bringing you any news or finance raising tips as I usually would, but instead I'm going to reflect back on this bit of a journey that I've gone on in bringing you these weekly tips and say, I look back at the very first episode a day or so ago just to see what my message was there, and quite surprisingly 2 or 3 times I mentioned I wasn't sure whether I'd be able to keep up this pace, and I kind of set the expectation that it may kind of fizzle out, but well, obviously proves it hasn't, as we are here in episode 100. And I actually got to thank one key person who's probably kept me motivated in the background, although he doesn't know. When I first came up with the idea of doing this bulletin, I emailed all my contacts and colleagues and people on my database and said that I would be doing this weekly video. And there's one guy called Steve Carlson, who's an IFA, a financial expert based in Cardiff in South Wales. And Steve, thank you very much, Steve, emailed me to say, Rob, I'd like to see you keep this up. And so a little bit of a challenge there. So thank you, Steve, because during those early days, that email was always there in the back of my mind, kept me motivated to keep on with this series. And I have to say, it's been great fun. I really enjoyed it. And one thing people say is about the consistency. Rob, how do you manage to do this week in, week out, as well as running the business of raising money for businesses? Well, the key thing is it's scheduled into my diary. It is part of my working week. And as a result, as regards to content, my radar is always up looking for ideas and tips to share with you. So content has never been an issue. And I said, it's just put in my diary every week to be able to do this. So there is no excuse for running away from it and thinking I can't do it this week. Really doesn't happen. So I thought I'd have a bit of fun this week. So instead of sharing some tips with you, I went back over previous videos and I thought I'd share with you some outtakes and mistakes. And I got 2 batches for you. And this first batch, really around me stumbling over words and forgetting where I am. Now, one key thing is I don't script this show. I have some rough ideas and notes in my head of what I want to do. So as a result, sometimes I do lose my way. So here's a couple of clips of me kind of losing it as I'm presenting. Hope you enjoy this first batch. Hi, this is Rob Warlow from Business Loan Services, and welcome to my There was a slight fall compared to the previous 6-month survey, but it just shows that there's still the criteria that Funding Night has may not necessarily meet the type of client that funding. Oh, Jesus. We're going to be looking at support that one of the UK's largest accountancy firms are going to be giving. Hi, this is Rob Warlow. All you have to do, just go along to the government's website, gov.co.uk, and it's not gov.co.uk. Now, the one thing that this survey found is that 80% of the 250 businesses surveyed said that they were not totally up to speed with financial and planning matters were concerned. Snook. So that's it for this week. As ever, thanks very much. So some interesting views. Hi, this is Rob Warlow from and also the survey is carried out amongst 1,500 companies across the UK. And perhaps there's not. Also, we're looking at late payment. Also, what Metro Bank have. Hi, this is Rob Warlow from Business Loan Services, and welcome to my Friday Business Finance Bulletin, a weekly roundup of news, tips, ideas, and kind of summary of a survey caught my eye by Yorkshire Bank, and they asked personal people. So as you can see from that first batch, not having a script sometimes doesn't help. Now, the next batch that I've got for you just show the perils of filming outdoors, the ones I'm doing on location, as I am doing today actually, as I'm here to see a client. And they can be particularly fun because lots of things happen that are kind of outside your control. So these are the next clips were on outdoor locations. Now I must say, in this batch, there are a few choice words and I do apologize, although I don't say them very loudly, but I hope you enjoy them and take them in the spirit in which they were intended. Let's go to those clips now. There are also now 1.6 million limited companies and also bloody people, do they know I'm filming? Now, the reason I'm here, well, both of these clients are looking oh, for fuck's sake, get going. But I'll tell you what, as I'm immersing myself in the world of finance day in, day out, there are always new providers coming up. You will see every week somebody will come up with some... my that's going to go in my you've been framed bit. Brilliant. The snorting dog. So that's nearly 1 million extra businesses and just shows how confident people are in setting up a business. Also, it also shows, well, there are about 3.3 million sole traders, 1.6 million limited companies, and 436,000 partnerships. Well, I hope you enjoyed those clips, particularly the snorting dog one. Now, the sound didn't come up particularly well on the camera, but I can tell you it was really loud where I was standing. And particular thanks to my cameraman that morning, Rebecca Jones, the red shoe bizwoman, and you can tell Rebecca found it particularly funny as well. So thank you, Rebecca. So that's it for this week, the 100th episode done and dusted. And I really look forward to now working on the next 100, starting next week with obviously episode 101, bringing you some more tips and ideas on raising finance and dealing with banks. And if you do enjoy the series, do get in touch, write some comments on the YouTube channel about things you'd like to hear about or some particularly success that you've had with any of the new products and services that I've shared with you. So that's it. Thanks very much for being with me. I look forward to being with you again next week on episode 101. Have a great, successful and profitable week. Bye-bye now.